Blue Square UK live from the Reebok Stadium. You've just missed a 9-darter from Phil Taylor, and the tournament sponsors, it's just cost them £50,000. They said they would refund all losing bets on this tournament's outright book. That liability, 50 grand, as well as the 25 grand that Phil Taylor picks up for getting his 4th 9-darter here at the Reebok. Confirmation of that 9-1 victory. John Parr 9-6 over Terry Jenkins. Alan Taban putting out the World Masters champion Robert Thornton. Barry Bay slips out of the world's top 16 after that 9-2 defeat by the in-form Wayne Jones. Just on the other boards, Ronnie Baxter leading Scott Wace, who himself wasn't too far off a 9-darter. James Wade, early part of his match against Steve Brown. Wes Newton leading Mark Walsh, and Adrian Lewis up against the Irishman Brendan Dolan. Let's concentrate on Ronnie Baxter against Scott Waits. 2 apiece right now. Dave Lanning and John Gwynn in commentary.
Yes, thanks very much, Dave. An enthralling match this. Ronnie Baxter getting off to a terrific start. 14 and 15 darters to go 2-0 up, but since then we've seen Scott Waits bite back, had 2 consecutive 180s in the 4th leg, the last leg, and we all thought perhaps another 9-darter on stage to follow that one from Taylor, but it wasn't to be, and in fact Waits won it, having missed loads of doubles. 35. So 2 apiece it is, and the early averages have sunk to mid-90s now, Dave Lanning, but an impressive start by Baxter, but Waits very much back in it.
Yes, he needed 7 darts to win that last leg,
87.
And considering he was on a 9-darter, here's Baxter, and he's in the madhouse as well.
Well, they've both been there, and it's not the easiest double on the board, so 16 for Scott Waits to take the lead in this match for the very first time in this Roses encounter. It's the Yorkshireman who goes 3-2 up, having been 2-0 down, and now Baxter got off like a rocket. They're going to take a break, so will we.
The UK Open live from the Reebok Stadium, the home of the 9-darter. Phil Taylor getting 9-darter number 4 here just a little while ago. Let's show you what else has been happening out and about. On board 4, Wayne Jones from Wolverhampton on a hot streak. Beat Kurt Shepherd. Now he's battered Barry Bates 9-2. Bates drops out of the world's top 16.
Wayne, 9-2. You made it look easy.
It certainly wasn't easy. I mean, Barry missed 3 or 4 doubles he missed. I had 2 or 3 really good finishes when he was on a double. It wasn't pretty. It was a good game, but not as good as we generally have some cracking games, me and Barry. So I think he was a little bit off sorts today. I say his finishing was a little bit poor, and I took advantage of it, to be honest. I just held my own throw and nicked a few of his, and that's all I could do.
Alan Taban, the same from St Helens, through. He's put out former BDO number 1. Robert Thornton, who's had a good tournament.
Alan, you through, well done. He kept pulling away, but he kept pulling it back. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it was one of them games where I think we had a bit too much respect for each other. I mean, I know what Robert's done, and I don't know if he's done what I've done, but if you're 13th in PDC in the rankings, he must know I'm a good player. So I think we showed a bit too much respect, and luckily enough, I edged it on the killing the legs off. Yeah, and he did pull it back, but he didn't play as well as he could, and luckily, well, I didn't, but it was a fair result at the end.
4 matches in action simultaneously. James Wade 3-1 up against Steve Brown on board number 2. Wes Newton leading Mark Walsh 3-2, and Adrian Lewis in control against Brendan Dolan. Let's get back to the action though on our main stage. Ronnie Baxter against Scott Wace.
Well, the score there been called by the referee, and Baxter, who needs this leg. This could be the boy they call Hottie Scotty to do 4 on the trotty. Double H, and it is 4 on the trot, and Waits, who is the new boy in the PDC ranks, is looking pretty good in Baxter after that encouraging start. John Gwynn is battling.
Yes, and I think Scott Waite's probably benefiting from the fact that he has had 4 games up to now in this tournament. A preliminary qualifier beat Scott Milton from Tamworth 6-0, beat Aaron Turner then from Surrey 6-3, second round Lee White from Waltham Abbey 6-0, and then his best win, no doubt about it, Wayne Atwood 9-4.
140.
He's had a good run. Ronnie Baxter has just had the 1 game so far. Beat Rooney.
60.
Rooney, the qualifier. Well, there you are, Sally. That's Waite's girlfriend. And I know for a fact that somewhere Michael is there, 13 years of age as well. Spoke to them earlier in the practice area, and he seemed very cool, you know. Dave got a job on here. Never played Baxter in his life before.
Well, of course, he's had a good record in another world, hasn't he? He's won the Dutch Open and the Welsh Masters. He was number 4 in the BDO rankings, and he's been in good form here. As you said, he's had 3 good victories. You could say that Waits is a player who's really been smoking.
That's right, absolutely, Dave. He's certainly one of those posted Yorkshiremen who have been having a whale of a time here at Bolton.
Yes, we're getting some exciting additions to the PDC ranks, and this man, Scott Waits from Huddersfield, with his 23-gram darts, which are called penetrators. I've never heard of that make before, John.
Qualified by the oh, and there's Ronnie Baxter actually managing to pull one back. He really needed to there, breaking back, and now if he can rather holding his throw there. Now if he can break back, we're in parity. If not, then Wayne's still very much with the advantage.
Yes, we got a glimpse of that trademark Baxter double top finish, which he's been doing down the years to such superb effect. Going to have to get it working for him. Now he needs to get back on terms, because, you know, Waits has simply got to hold his throw, John, and he'll be in the next round.
That's what it's about, isn't it? Getting ahead of your opponent, holding your throw, and making sure that you stay in the competition.
134.
Well, whether he's here or not, Dave, Wayne Mardle's always on people's minds, and plenty of fans. Yeah. I suppose a little bit like the European Soccer Championships, really, when you think about it, isn't it?
But poor old Wayne Mardle, got to say, blew it again last night against Adrian Lewis. And Lewis taking advantage of that victory. He's up as I look across on board 4 against the Irishman Brendan Dolan.
45.
And all Wayne Mardle can do is sit and think about it and maybe sulk.
130.
Can always remember the great Eric Bristow whenever he was beaten. So what are you going to do now, Eric? Is I'm going to go home and sulk.
Didn't happen very often, though, did it? So
57.
He reminds us now and again.
Needs this one. That looks to be the perfect marker. Double 2. That's open.
Game shot.
Well, good recovery by Baxter there. I thought he'd have got it second hard. This is the due day. He's got the break back now. 4 apiece. Scott Waits has had a